there, everybody, and welcome to Mary Elizabeth Jones's Variety Hour
Yes,
with
I
my
love this show.
with my usual guest
Yes,
star,
right.
Kaye
Yeah,
Lazar.
it's me again.
And I hope everyone had a nice 4th of July weekend because I sure did.
Yeah,
So,
ball games and barbecues.
that's right. Yes.
We're on our way to the beach or to the swimming pool or I don't know, to a mud puddle. I don't know. Maybe remember those blow up
Right.
pools? We're on our way to the pool and then it started raining. So here we
Right.
are.
Right.
So we're kind of dressed for the pool. You
Yeah.
look so nice.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
is
much.
that your bathing suit?
No, it's a LuLaRoe tank top.
Ah, yes.
So I got this at a really good deal from one of our friends in the
Yeah.
theater,
Yeah.
Stacy. She sells LuLaRoe,
Yeah.
and I usually get stuff from her
Yeah.
at a really good
You're one
discount.
of her. You're one of her. Oh, a discount. Well, that's right. You're one of her favorite customers.
Yep.
When you get a discount, do you ever hear the story? You should always offer cash. If say, would this be cheaper if I paid you in cash? And sometimes they say, yeah, it would.
Yeah. I
We'll
mean,
take the 10% off or something.
yeah, yeah. Right.
So I'm wearing this shirt. If
I
you ever
like it.
stuck in Midtown Manhattan,
Yeah.
just follow my shirt and you could
Right.
it's a subway map.
Oh,
No
that's so
design,
cool.
anything. And I remember spending a lot of money for this. At the time it was something like $10, which most t-shirts I was spending like 50 cents to a dollar for.
Well, $10 is not really a bad price.
Well, I mean $10, we're talking 20
Right.
years ago and 20 and
Right.
I still have it after 20 years. So it still
Yeah.
hasn't faded or anything. Always
Right.
get a black t-shirt
Yeah.
because they last forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I
The
mean,
white t-shirt, even when they look cruddy, they still
yeah.
look good.
Yeah.
White t-shirts, pretty much the second day they look so hot.
I got a T-shirt when I went to New York a few years ago,
Hmm.
and it says "I love New York,"
There you go.
and it's white. So
Was it? You still have it?
I do. Yes.
Okay. Now, does it have a I heart
Yes, it
NY?
does.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the slogan.
That's one of my favorite shirts. I might wear that when I go back to New York again. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, I wear all that stuff not in New York.
Right. Right.
I look like a tourist.
Yeah. I know.
Like somebody told me about Hawaiian shirts.
Right.
If you go to Hawaii
Mhm.
and you buy a Hawaiian shirt or you bring your Hawaiian shirt with you or something to wear in Hawaii, you'll notice only the tourists are wearing them. None of the Hawaiians are wearing and so I
Ah.
the best I always try to not to look like a tourist everywhere I
Oh
go.
yeah.
Speaking of that I Heart NY shirt,
Right. Right.
I didn't know he was a famous punk rock singer. His name was Root Boy Slim.
Oh yeah.
And not Fat Boy Slim, that was a different guy.
Yeah.
But Root Boy Slim was a
Right.
punk rocker in the late 70s, early 80s. On my radio station I was at in Charlottesville, he showed up and he had a shirt just like that that said I Heart New York, but right where the heart was, he wrote
Right.
hate. I found out later he was from New York, and it was a very good punk rock shirt. And so when I met him, I didn't know. I never heard of him. I never heard of his music. And
Right.
since then, I have.
Right.
But I met. In other words, he's one of the few times you meet a celebrity you didn't know you were meeting really a celebrity. So
Right.
I met him, and I said, hi, you Root Boy Slim, I'm Kevin. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I thought he was like goofing around with me,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
all these punk rockers always trying to take you down a notch. Then he was interviewed
Yeah.
on the radio by someone who brought him in
Right.
and
Right.
he just talked like that the whole time.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how he talked.
Right. Right. It's funny. Yeah.
And well, I could tell you all about because clothes are very important to me.
Yeah. Right.
I saw yesterday I saw T-shirts on sale, plain T-shirt. I like
Ah.
plain T-shirts with no pockets. I like a design on
Right.
it, but
Right.
at my age you have to really
Right.
it has to be quite the design to
Yeah.
pull it off. But I have all these, movie T-shirts and the children's theater T-shirts, and pretty much every play I'm ever in, I get a T-shirt, and
Yeah.
certainly if it has my name on it, all the people that were, I have to buy that,
Right.
even if I
Right.
just look at it.
Right.
I have so many T-shirts that I could probably wear a different one every day for a year. And
Wow.
never wear and never and you know, maybe
Right.
some days I would probably wear a second day
Right.
if I wasn't leaving
Yeah.
the house or something.
Yeah.
But I so and I don't even know where all these t-shirts come from because I tell you the my gym gives me at least one a year, maybe
Right.
two,
Right.
just you know, for an event or something. Then I'm running in them pretty much anything time you run in a
Right.
marathon or something or the
Right.
10K or something,
Right. Yeah.
you get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And you're talking there, you get three t-shirts. Okay, say you buy no t-shirts the whole year.
Right.
Then and then you take good care of them. Then
Yeah.
after maybe 10 years, you have 30 t-shirts. Who needs 30 t-shirts?
Yeah.
I saw t-shirts, like I said yesterday, for a
Yes.
dollar, no pockets, crew neck. I like the crew neck.
Yeah.
And plain like black and turquoise and red
Right.
and nice colors like that.
Right.
And guess what?
What?
I thought to myself, yeah, these are nice t-shirts, but I got plenty of t-shirts, so I need more. I said the t-shirts I really like are the ones like you're wearing.
Right.
They they look like a regular t-shirt except
Right.
they have no sleeves on them. They're called
Yeah.
muscle shirts, or
Yeah.
they call them a few things.
Yeah.
And and they're called muscle shirts because they make you look like you have muscles when you don't.
Right. Right.
It kind of, if you're skinny, it gives you some sort of look to it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I say, well, I don't want to buy any more crew t-shirts with short sleeves. I'll just buy those muscle shirts. And guess what? I
Right.
got plenty of those too. And I don't even wear those a whole lot. I basically only wear them
Yeah.
to show off, you know, at the beach, or to
Right.
show off at the pool, or
Right.
to show off when I'm exercising or so.
Right.
But I don't. But I got plenty of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, oh man, what can I tell you about t-shirts? T-shirts, you could, you know, there are places you can get really good buys on t-shirts. Like I think it's a place called Five Below.
Oh, I love that place.
But every time you're in there and you like t-shirts like I do, check, you know, on a almost on a weekly basis, they'll
Yeah.
change their t-shirts.
Yeah.
So if there's a movie with the superheroes like
Yeah.
Batman or
Yeah.
Spider-Man or something, they will actually have
Yeah.
that one for
Right.
$5.
Yeah.
Or they'll have, you know, a nostalgia one, like, you know, with drink Canada Dry or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like advertising on your shirt.
Yeah.
And I don't. But they have those ones. They have, you know, then they have the you know, teddy bears
Right.
and
Right.
what's that, anime. They have
Yeah.
all that for $5.
Oh.
Now chances are it's not a great t-shirt, but it's $5.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you shouldn't pay more than, I don't think you
Yeah.
should pay more than $5 for a t-shirt anyway. You know, a t-shirt is only worth, I would say, only probably to manufacture probably $1 or $2, and all the everything you would, like this one, like I bought this at a souvenir place in New York where everything was expensive. So,
Right.
but it was such a cool t-shirt. Here's another look at it.
Wow.
Hey, is what can you tell me about t-shirts?
I like the graphic T-shirt.
Yeah. Do you have t-shirts of like singers on them or cartoon characters
I
or
have
anything?
one that has Whitney Houston on them.
Hmm.
It's another, and there's another one that says MTV on it.
Yeah, I have an MTV
I
one
grew up
too, and
on
that's so cool. And
MTV.
MTV is back. In fact, they were selling these MTV t-shirts when MTV first started back in the early '80s,
Mm.
and they were so expensive. And for $35, you can get this t-shirt.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it. But then, like years later, when MTV wasn't as, in
Yeah.
fact, I don't even think they play music on there anymore.
Yeah.
There's a ridiculousness
They do
show.
reality
Yeah, they
shows
do
now.
reality
But
shows.
I don't like those. I like the music
Yeah,
videos.
and they'll play them like at 3 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll watch. But then for some reason, I think it was at the Five Below, I found an MTV shirt which I wear, and everyone says, "Where'd you get that vintage T-shirt?" I said, "I
I
just got it
got
3 weeks ago at
I got mine at Target, I think.
Target." Yeah,
It was either Target or Walmart. I'm not really
Target.
sure about it.
I try not to wear any T-shirts. Someone bought me some nice Christmas ones with Santa Claus and the
Hmm.
reindeer, and some just say Merry
I
Christmas on
love
them.
those.
I love them too, but for one thing, it's too cold to wear a t-shirt, and I don't really like wearing a t-shirt only one time a year. Meaning, I try not to
Yeah.
date myself. I mean, I even have neckties
Hmm.
that have Christmas on them and all, but you know, if you wear them in the middle of the year, they look kind of silly.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing that on Labor Day? Well, Christmas is on its way. That's why. Santa Claus is actually making the toys right now. Alvin and the
Oh,
Chipmunks. I
Lord
can't
Jesus.
can't say
Oh.
are warming up those squeaky voices of theirs, sing the Christmas songs. Now, also,
Mm.
oh, let me tell you something about tank tops. That's a
Mm-hmm.
lovely tank top you wear,
Right.
and a white tank top. It looks good, like under your shirt if you're like to wear undershirts. A lot of like old men wear like tank tops under their shirts.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
them, but
To me, it's kind of tacky, so.
it's kind of tacky.
Yeah.
There's a really tacky word for tank tops. You know what they're called?
What?
They're called. I mean, yeah, everyone knows what it's called. It's called wife beaters.
Wow.
Because I guess people like, I guess when you saw these movies like Streetcar Named Desire and stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
even though he's wearing a T-shirt in that one,
yeah.
they would wear these things, and it showed that if a
Right,
guy wore these around the house, he was probably in a bad
right,
mood. He
right,
didn't feel like leaving the house, and he was probably
right.
mad at his wife,
Yeah,
so he wore a white. In fact, I think some groups are trying to get that term xed out of
right,
popular
right,
vocabulary.
right.
That's not a nice term, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's one type of tank top I don't care for, and that's a black tank top.
Uh,
And Willie Nelson sometimes wears a
oh
black
yeah,
tank
yeah.
top. But I always found that if you're a man and you wear a black tank top,
Right,
there's nothing looks more sleazy.
right.
Willie Nelson evidently could put it on,
Yeah.
put it away, but most guys like it's the Mickey Rourke look,
I mean,
the Sean Penn look.
I like the tank tops on me though.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about for men. I can't really talk for women. I think
Uh,
women look good and everything.
yeah.
I just like when women just show up. Really, I mean, I don't really care what they wear. Like, the less they wear, the better. Now on the other hand, I like I wear I don't wear knit shirts, and knit shirts are those they're weird shirts. They're like with the alligator on them and
Oh
everything.
yeah, yeah.
And I always found them weird. All the kids I knew in school wore them. And I was not the guy who wore those. I wore the
Right,
t-shirts or
right.
I wore a collar shirt.
Uh-huh.
And I really like wearing a sport coat.
Yeah.
For some reason, I like the lapels, the way the lapels kind
Right,
of frame your
right.
whole
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
I mean, there's actually sort of a cool look to it. The
Mm.
buttons. I like the whole like thing about sport coats, and I think a lot of things look. I think a man when he wears a sport coat, no matter what, he can wear a black tank top and a sport coat, and he look pretty cool.
Right,
He'd look better than if he just wore the tank
right,
top by
right.
itself.
Yeah.
So the I wouldn't wear these shirts, and I'll tell you why I don't wear them. These out with the alligator on them.
Mhm.
Well, wear them when you golf and stuff. I see a lot of people wear them when they golf, and uh, I don't think it's a good look. It's like a T-shirt and a collar shirt
Right.
had an illegitimate child. You have the nice collar and the
Yeah,
buttons, and then all of a sudden it stops right here,
yeah.
and then it just becomes a T-shirt. And then there's and then a lot of guys wear them thinking that it'll hold in their stomach or but they're actually their stomach looks worse. You know, when
Yeah,
you get to be older, you want to you don't want too much attention
yeah.
brought to your stomach sticking out.
Right,
So
right,
so you wear a t-shirt. I always felt a black t-shirt holds that stuff in. There are no real black knit shirts in a way.
right.
Maybe dark blue, but that's it.
Mhm.
And so, but I see a lot of about the only time you'll ever see me wear something like that is when I'm playing tennis. I haven't played tennis in like 20 years.
Right.
So every time I wear short pants too. I don't even own a pair of short pants except
Yeah,
for tennis pants.
yeah.
I usually wind up wearing my bathing suit
Right.
to go play tennis.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm that guy. I'm meaning I'm that guy that doesn't never has the right clothes
Yeah.
for working out. I gotta tell you though, I run in the marathon, not the marathon, the 10K every year,
Right.
which is a marathon to me. A marathon is 26 miles. A 10K is about 6 miles. But it's the longest hour of my year, and I gotta tell you, I don't. People will they take pictures of you while you're doing it, and then
Right.
when it's over and on the internet, you can find these pictures and buy them, but you can certainly look at them.
Right.
And I see all these pictures of me wearing short
Oh
pants
wow.
and maybe a t-shirt and or muscle shirt or something, and
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
say this is the only time in the year my friends will ever see me
Right.
dressed this way because I take a lot of pride in how I
Yeah,
dress,
right.
and so
Yeah.
but if you see me at the gym, you see at the swimming pool, you see me
Mhm.
working out, running or working in the yard or something. I have to admit, I don't really care what I look like
Right.
because I'm not there to win a beauty contest.
Right. I
I'm
know.
there to get the job done,
Yeah.
finish the race, mow the lawn,
Yeah, exactly.
hammer the nails.
Right. Uh-huh.
What are your favorite types of clothes to wear?
I like dresses
You like dressing?
and I like blouses and
Hmm.
you know, I like, like I'm kind of a girly girl, so I like really flowy shirts.
Yeah.
So
You like what colors do you like to wear?
I like pink, purple, blue, yellow,
Mm.
orange.
The whole thing?
Um,
You ever wear tan or beige?
I wear like a beige sometimes.
Beige.
Yeah,
I
cause
don't know anything beige.
I kind of like a rusted kind of orange.
Rust orange. Okay.
Yeah, like so I could wear during the fall. So
I wear black, white, gray, blue, red,
right,
purple.
right.
I don't wear I don't wear any earth tones.
Yeah,
I don't wear orange, yellow. Sometimes I might wear green. Depends
yeah,
on the green. Green, but the other colors I wear, and I don't wear brown at all.
yeah.
Yeah, or beige.
I'm more of a lighter color person.
Yeah, I like I like
I do like reds because it's
red.
Christmas. If it's Christmas time, I like to wear a lot of red and green and stuff like that. So
Well, for the holiday, yeah, you can
yeah,
wear. But even certain holidays, like for example, like St. Patrick's Day,
yeah,
you have green. You have
yeah.
um, you have green in
Mm,
Christmas. But I don't like dressing in green for St. Patrick's Day. I don't wear green around Christmas. I usually just wear red.
yeah,
Valentine's Day, wear red.
right.
What are the other color? What are the others? Orange and black.
For
For
Halloween,
Halloween, I
yeah,
don't usually wear the orange. I usually just wear a costume,
yeah.
whatever the costume is.
Me too.
And what other colors are associated with Halloween? Oh, red, white, and blue is.
Yeah,
Oh, that's really
right.
in my palette
Yeah,
for the Fourth of July. Yeah, like I
right,
can wear red, white, and blue
right. Yeah,
any day of the week. I love white
yeah.
a lot.
I wear all different colors for holidays too.
Yeah, I love white
Yeah,
especially, but white is very hard to keep clean, and it's very
right,
hard to keep clean over time.
right.
You know, but when I was a kid, I just loved. I still do white shirts. With a suit
Ah,
and a white shirt. Oh, I mean, there's almost like there's no other shirt that existed for me.
right.
And if you go into an office where a lot of high profile
Mhm.
executives are, there are no striped shirts. There are no blue shirts.
Yeah.
Everything is. In fact, I knew when the boss from the home office from Ohio or somewhere was coming, or New
Right.
York was coming to visit my
Right.
firm or something.
Yeah.
They said, I noticed a lot of guys wearing white shirts today. Not the usual,
Right.
the
Right.
cleanest dirty shirt out of the hamper, like in the
Right.
Sunday morning coming down.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Oh man, what else? But yeah, I could. And somebody told me years ago, always look your best because you
Right.
are what you wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like a
So
shirt.
at church.
I love dressing up a shirt.
Yeah. Well, church is the best place
Yes.
to dress up for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone sees you. Everyone. You're in God's house.
That's right.
That's what my mother would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else can I say? So I was thinking about things. My speaking of my parents, they were. I always joke that they were prudes. Wouldn't let me do anything fun.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids you had to say, "Now, Kevin, these people have to go to bed now." I know they're showing you a good time and you're staying up late with them, but and there are always these kids like when you bring them to like if you have your own children,
Right.
when you bring them to a place, they want to go home. I want to go home. I don't like it here. I was one of those guys. I didn't want to go home. I liked it here. The food was better. The toys were better.
Right.
Everything was better at
Yeah.
someone else's house. I would
Yeah.
go into a refrigerator, or like if I were babysitting, like you go in there, and they would have all the best cookies
Yeah.
and all the best sodas and everything,
Yeah.
and you had none of that at your house.
Yeah, it was like that with me when I was growing up.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I used to love to look forward to going to see all my little cousins and
yeah.
all that, And then, I still like to go over there like every weekend, but sometimes my mom and dad wouldn't take me, so
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
because my cousins, I mean, I had good toys, but
yeah.
they seem to have better toys.
They, I tell you something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I think I mentioned this on another show. Was that um, I thought I was a good kid, or I tried my best to be a good kid,
Right,
and I didn't get in a lot of trouble. And I wasn't a very accomplished liar, so I always had to
right,
tell the truth with my parents because they knew when I was lying. I didn't
yeah.
try to get out of anything. When I got in trouble, it was, hey, you got me. That, but I knew the worst kids, the worst brats,
Right,
and I would on Christmas Day, I would get a nice toy
yeah.
from Santa Claus, and then I'd go to the school and start playing with like a kite or something,
Hmm.
and I would see these kids with these dune buggies
Oh
and
wow.
these motorbikes and everything, and these were brats. These were the
Mm.
worst kids. And I said, why did Santa Claus treat them better than me?
Yeah.
I knew one kid, he was the worst brat. Almost every year he got a like a drone or something. It was like a drone.
It's like a Nintendo game.
It was a no, it was one of these things where I think it was gasoline powered. You filled it up
Yeah.
or fuel powered kerosene. I don't know what it was filled up with. I never
Right.
had one.
Right.
And it was a helicopter.
Right.
And he had controls and the thing would fly all around.
Yeah.
And it took a little experience to do this. He wouldn't let anyone else play with it. His father and him would play it. And I found out why they wouldn't let anyone else play it because eventually they don't last forever. They crash into a
Oh
tree
wow.
or crash
Yeah.
into the. It's like flying a real
Yeah.
helicopter. They
Yeah.
don't, if you
Yeah.
don't know what you're doing, it's going to crash.
Yeah.
So that's why for like 5 years straight, I saw this kid with a different one. I thought, well, Santa Claus is buying him a fleet of helicopters, but
Yeah.
no, he was probably destroying the other ones. There was one brat, according to my grandma, there was this one brat in school that she was always down on other
Right.
people's kids,
Right.
and she goes, there was this one brat I know from this friend of the family,
Yeah.
and he used to take the biggest toy he got for Christmas and use it as a hammer to break all the other toys.
Ah.
One family we used to visit at Christmas used to get all these toys, and but then the next, and I thought, like I said, well, gee, I only got the one or two toys, and we were a poor family, and found out. And then what was weird was the next year they would get a lot of toys, and next year, but then what was weird, sometime between the Christmases or the birthdays,
Yeah.
you never saw those toys again.
Oh.
Made me wonder, did they like break all their toys, or I think a lot of these toys are very breakable. So while they're expensive and everything, they break easily. And there was this one toy that went out of business. I think a Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh yeah, I always wanted one, but I never got one. So.
Well, we finally got one or something like it. I think it was that, and it was a very good toy. But the only problem was, it was little kids were playing with it, and it was a rather delicate toy, meaning
Uh-huh.
that if a kid jammed the record or something into
Yeah.
it that Teddy Ruxpin spoke with, then it would break, and it would break very easily.
Yeah.
And a lot of Teddy Ruxpins were brought back to the store a lot and asked for new ones or and eventually just asked for refunds
Right.
because the kids were too small. The best toy I ever got, I mean, probably that I asked for, I must have been very young
Yeah.
because I barely remember it.
Right.
It was a projector. It was a toy projector
Uh,
that you could actually show movies on,
yeah. Yeah.
and Kenner made it. And Give a show projector or something. I saw it advertised maybe as a little kid, and then my dad
Yeah.
thought, yeah, this might be a good toy.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the thing ever working. It was always breaking. Eventually, I think they just brought it
I
back.
used to have a ViewMaster. That was a good gift.
Yeah.
And there was another one that I used to have. It's like a little thingy, and then
Mm,
you could like see all the
mm.
pictures in motion and all that.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it was called, but I really love that thing.
Was it what now? What was it? How did you use
It was
that thing?
kind of like a telescope sort of thing.
It was a kaleidoscope.
Yeah, and then you
And
like
it had
it
you
has
look you
like
hold
a
up to the light. It had
yeah
all these
yes yes
refracting lenses.
yes.
Sometimes it would actually even have little bits of
It's made
colorful
by Fisher
bits,
Price.
and you would move the
Yes.
thing, and it would make all these designs. And those were really good because every time you looked at them, it was always a little different. It was
Yeah.
never the same again. But the only problem with those things were that you didn't have but about 30 seconds of interest before you put them down.
Yeah, it was made by Fisher Price, so
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, they make kaleidoscopes are an old type of toy, that
Yeah.
style
Yeah.
kaleidoscope. And and I actually made a movie in
Yeah.
college called because I love kaleidoscopes, so it's the kaleidoscopic formula. Was I think there's a movie called Kaleidoscope. I think that's why I didn't use it because it was a Warren Beatty movie
Right.
called Kaleidoscope.
Right. Right.
But yeah, kaleidoscopes are so cool. In fact, you can go to like these museum gift shops and stuff, and they're
Right.
very expensive. I mean, they ones for adults, and
Right.
these ones are like with crystals and with all
Right.
this stuff going on, and they're
Right.
about, I mean, they're like $100, $200,
Right.
you
Right.
know.
Yeah. I mean,
And yet the one that the
Right. Right.
I bought a whole bunch of kaleidoscopes.
Yeah.
I still believe it or not, kaleidoscopes don't. If you take good care of them, they last for years. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. Right.
And I also so so viewer masters. Yes,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I still have all my viewer masters. I
Yeah.
took very good care of mine.
Yeah. I didn't. I don't have them anymore, but I used to have one. I wish I still had it though.
Back when eBay came out, there was viewer masters were a weird thing to buy at the store.
Yeah.
There'd be this big there was a big presentation of them, and but trouble is most of them you didn't want. But you know, when you're a little kid, you want the cartoon ones. There was
Yeah.
always the Peanuts and the Mickey Mouse and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
But then there were ones like from certain shows you like Gilligan's Island or Get Smart or something, and you would laugh
Right.
at or something. So sometimes you would actually have to go to a big city like New York or somewhere and go to
Right.
Macy's where they had a even they pretty much had them. Now with the internet, you can get them all.
Yeah.
So I'm not kidding you. There were certain ones I was always wanted, I never got.
Right.
So in the early days of eBay, like in the late 1990s, I still
Right.
have my viewer master. I just to give me some peace of mind, I actually looked for a lot of these things, and believe it or not, they were not only available, they were people were getting rid of theirs. You know,
Oh
didn't want
wow.
them, so
Yeah.
I bought them for a song. A lot of, in fact, what was kind of neat was I wanted to travel because at that point I had
Right.
traveled a bit, and I wanted things that, you know, like I
Right.
for like
Right.
let's see, I'd been to Ireland
Mm.
and I wanted the Irish travelogue of the one.
Right. Yeah.
And they were in 3D. They were really good, those viewer masters.
Yeah.
And I think there was one that it was a talking viewer master, but
Right.
actually the silent one was just as good.
Right. Right.
Talking one, I tell you, they used to come with a little book. A lot of them told a little story. And I remember once having all my friends with viewer masters. I thought I was Mr. Cool. We all had walkie talkies. We all had viewer masters. They all went to a different room, and then I was reading in the main room
Yeah.
um, the book. And
Yeah.
turn the page, or
Yeah.
not turn, go to the number two, number three, number four, and so it was only two kids that were doing it,
Right.
and one of the kids I think gave up on it. The other kid I thought was paying attention, and so I was. By the time I got to this, there's like seven things in the viewer master. By the time I got to number six, I kind of walked over to the next room to see where he was, if he was actually paying attention. My sister was actually
Oh
looking through the
no.
thing, and she was just going, wasn't even paying attention to what I was saying. And the other guy was reading a comic book, one of
Wow.
my comic.
Wow.
I said, "This is the whole point of this is a presentation that I'm trying to do." Speaking and everything,
Yeah.
and so I still have my viewer masters. In fact, I have even more viewer masters than I did as a kid because what happened was at yard sales I bought like three viewers. Now I have like three viewers. The other the things they came in, you know, a lot of those are kind of ragged, but the the pictures themselves I still have.
Yeah.
And you're lucky if you can get just that in on eBay or something at this point because they haven't made Viewer Masters since I guess the 1970s.
Wow.
But in the 1950s and 60s, I guess were their heyday. I uh, oh, a lot of times, you get a fervor about toys and stuff,
Right.
and then you stop playing with it. In fact, I think in Toy Story 2 that happens. There's a whole song by the little doll that the kid that's outgrown doesn't play with anymore. It's kind of sad story.
Yeah.
It's one of the saddest songs I think in the
Oh
whole
yeah.
Disney canon. And but that's the way it is.
Mhm.
You outgrow toys, you know. And so my mom wanted me to give my Viewer Masters to my sisters,
Right.
and my sisters had zero interest in Viewer Masters.
Wow.
But because mom wanted me to give them to them,
Right.
see, they were always jealous of my toys because see, I tell you what happens when you look like you're having a good time with your toys,
Mhm.
all the other kids are interested. What is, I guess it's more interesting like an Etch a Sketch or a Light Bright or
I
something.
used to have those too.
Yeah, those things aren't necessarily all that interesting, but if you show someone having a lot of fun playing with them, then all the other kids gather around and want to know what you see, and then maybe
Yeah.
they could get some of the same excitement.
Yeah.
So, so, so my excitement kind of waned. Okay, so then my mother said, "I want you to give those to your sisters." I said, "They don't want it." And then I'm not kidding you. They so they spent like the whole day just, trashing them, eating their morning breakfast on them,
Yeah.
doing the worst. And I'm not kidding you. The next day, they were all in a pile in a corner of their room.
Oh wow.
It might have, they might as well have, the bugs could have eaten them or something. And I just quietly gathered them up, tried to put them back together the best I could, which I did for the most part.
Yeah.
Bring them back into my house, put them in a shoebox, put them in the recesses of my closet, and my sisters never missed them. Goes to show you how much interest they had in them. I had no interest in their toys either,
Yeah.
Barbies and stuff like that. I'm not saying. I mean, we were different types. We were hardwired differently, but I never they I except for one of my sisters, none of them showed that much of a excitement over toys like I did over
Yeah.
my Viewer Masters and over my race cars, my Hot Wheels, my Johnny Lightning, all that stuff. So all that stuff, and because I took good,
Right.
see, I was poor growing up, so I took good care. I didn't like sharing them with other kids because I noticed, like I just said, when you share them with them, they
Right.
break them.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
they had usually when you share your toys with richer kids, which was everybody,
Yeah. Yeah.
they they find a way
Yeah.
to break them.
Yeah.
Oh, tough luck. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I've had toys broken by other
Yeah.
kids.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
once I brought a Peanuts book
Yeah.
that my aunt bought me, and I was really like this book. So I brought it to school. He goes, "Can I take it home?" And I didn't know any better. So yeah, take it home, read it.
Yeah.
Next day, he said, I can't. I said, "Where's my book?" And he said, I'm like in second grade, and he says, uh, "My little brother tore it up. I don't have it."
What?
So I said, "Oh,
Speaking of that,
that's the last time I learned anybody."
speaking of that, I had this kind of a similar story to that.
Mhm,
One of my friends was playing it at my house,
mhm.
and I used to a Chinese. I used to go to a Chinese restaurant years ago,
Yeah,
and they had like these like Chinese dolls for sale or
yeah,
whatever. So anyway, I got a Chinese doll. It was really special to
yeah.
me. So anyway, one of my friends was playing over at my house and was looking around and everything. She was like, "Can I borrow this doll?" And I was like, "Sure." And I'd never seen or heard from it again. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
really upset about
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It was a really special doll that I got from a Chinese restaurant.
yeah. My mom thought twice about doing that in the future because I think her mother made her give a doll that she was attached to but didn't play with it. Give it
Mhm.
to this other brat, and she gave it to that other brat, and the brat just destroyed it.
Uh,
It's almost like killing your. It's almost like giving someone your dog or cat, and then they just
yeah,
suffocate. just drown it or
Right.
something, just
Yeah.
to spite you, you know.
Yeah.
It was you, I mean, not to say it's that bad, but
Yeah.
you feel like that.
Right.
It just tears your heart out
Right. I
when you're a
know.
kid. Everything is a crisis when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And then my mother was watching. Um, yeah, I didn't even know this story, similar story. I don't really even know all the details of it, but she was watching an episode of Leave It to Beaver where
Mhm.
he was forced to do that to a kid in the neighborhood. And it's sort of the same thing happened. And my mom said, "That happened to me. That happened to me when I was a kid." I said, "It happens to every kid.
Yeah.
Think twice about giving other kids their toys for them." Yeah.
Right. Right.
Anyway, thanks. That
Yes.
was a good. We should take a break and come back.
Yes. Yes. We're going to take a break and we will be right back. God bless. Stay tuned.